13 and a half. Can't tell if anybody's on or not. I don't ever know what I'm doing. I've tried this a few times now, and I'm terrible at this. But if anybody's there, hello. Everybody else is either in bed or in the rooms. It's super quiet around here, except for the dishwasher, the birds. There's two little finches over here, and the little puppy is pretty quiet. I had to go pet her because she was crying in her sleep a couple minutes ago. Nobody is there. There's not much here yet. Putting the square on. Now I'm doing the grid. I'm starting to mark off the squares. This is my old ruler from, well, it's not the same ruler from college. That turned yellow. The plastic turned yellow. It got really old and it just crumbled. This one is a little bit broken, but I like it because it's got, you can't really see, it's got picas on it. And I like to measure. I got used to measuring in picas a long time ago. And I got Sharpie on my arm from the board. Once I get, I'm going to start using marker in a minute. I'm just going around. First, I measured off the board. I have to measure each one. I can't just slap a grid on it because each board's slightly different. And I want the board to be centered, so I have to measure each one, divide out the margins and all that baloney. Let's see. Doing this, it slows you down a little bit, but it's kind of fun to try, even if I'm just talking to myself. 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. All right. So, I don't know if that's visible. Yeah, you can see that a little bit. Little tick marks there. And then I like, for most of them, some of them I didn't, I have the grain going that way. And all these boards, they have a natural warp to it. So I want to make sure I don't put it on the wrong side so that the board has a little bit of teeter-totter action. There, that's solid. All right. Now, got a bunch of Sharpies. That one's dead. That one's good. All right. I also have this metal ruler, but it kind of like slices the side of the marker and it chews it up really fast because there's a little bit of a pad underneath, which is nice, but it kills my marker. This thing is just really thin, so I can a little more forgiving. So I don't know if that's, we can see that pretty good. I can't really move that anymore. I'm like hogging the whole dining room table. There's like sawdust all over me and everything. But everybody's upstairs, so that's fine. They're very nice about all this. I think everybody likes me busy, so I'm not annoying everyone else as much. So they're like, great. Great, keep doing that. Can't see that, huh? So I'm just starting to put the grid on. This is just the camera on my Chromebook, so it's like sitting up. I turned off the music too, because I thought there would be like copyright stuff. Okay. So this is how I usually start each board. I get it penciled on, and then I start the grid, go across. Now I'm going to turn it this way and do it again. This isn't usually where I work. I usually work out in the garage, which I've turned into a studio a bit. But I've been out there a lot, and I missed everybody, and it's comfortable in here. And at night, it's a little creepy out there. And it smells like a skunk outside. And I had to go out to get something, and I thought I was going to get sprayed by a skunk. But I didn't. But I was being all like loud and like talking cheerfully so that it didn't get all, if there was one, it wouldn't get all nervous and get its tail up in the air. Whoops. Let me click on something here. I think it's working. I guess we'll see. All right, so the grid is on. That's the basic. I started a couple of years ago. Someone showed me how to play Go, and now I play Go really badly. I know how to play a little bit, but I like the board a lot, so I started making like thicker like Go boards, and I love the simplicity of the grid. So that's what my Moons and Stars board is based on, and then I just filled it up with like something that almost looked like a strange astronomy chart or star map or something. And then I put the moons and star symbols in the corners and dug out the notches. And that's it. And then after that, I got the idea to paint it. First, it was just plain, and that's the plain one. And then I color it too. All right. So now I don't have like a set way of doing this. I use one of these, and I like marked which ones I like for which parts. Like here's the corner, this is the middle, and then this is that thin line just inside the middle. Here's the actual moon and star part of the corner, and then the circle around it. These are the 4 circles around the middle circle, and I wrote quad laser next to it. I was entertaining myself. That's like what's the name of the show? With the food, they're like little Atari aliens. It's a cartoon, and I've completely blanked on something Hunger Force. I don't know. I forgot something with like a milkshake, and I can't believe I forgot the name of it. Anyway, I also have dots because like a Go board has a few dots, very simple, and I put like a bunch. So I'll put one in each corner, and then I go in diagonally. So I have these little dots all over it. Just that. We'll do some circles now. Start with the middle. Line it up rough. Got the middle. And these boards are knotty, and I like all that. So I didn't try to get like perfect wood. I like the knotty wood. All right, I'm going to add the quad laser. The quad, the 4 outer circles. And the dots help remind me where those go. Because once I get going fast, which I do when I'm not talking to myself on the internet. So there's the 4 quads. Those dots remind me that I'm doing it in the right spot. And then for these outer ones, I have a smaller circle around the inside. So I guess I'll add that now, since I'm talking about it. That was a really good album I just listened to. Now it's stuck in my head. I'm going to use all of my power not to sing or hum or whistle, because I do all those annoying things. All right, let's see. And then I have a little circle. I started off doing them before I was making for other people, where I was just free-handing the little circle, but I can do it quick and it very consistently. I want to be consistent about it. And what I do is I put a very small circle around each dot. So it's starting to vaguely resemble the game board. I've done about 6 so far tonight. I got a huge pile here to work on. I'm still not used to school nights though. I gotta get up at 6. which isn't that early, but I go to bed really late. All right, so that's the next little step. Now I'll do, I take that quad laser and I take a quarter of it and I do the corners. So that's what I do in the corners too. We'll do the corners next. Whoops. I'm clicking on things. And this Chromebook is super slow. There we go. So now I'm adding in the corners, and these are where you set the moon and stars pieces that you capture from your opponents. Whenever I'm teaching in class or drawing or anything, I'm always making weird sounds, and I'm trying to be quiet, and I can still feel myself going making these weird zoo sounds while I draw. All right, so these are the parts that you set the pieces in. But then I actually draw a moon and a star in each one. I start with a circle. This Sharpie is working very well. It's nice and juicy. When they get dry, it's like scraping a chalkboard. I hate the sound. Well, sawdust. All right, so it's getting a little bit closer. It's looking cool. Now I got to add the zigzags. So I need this again. I got to make sure I got this oriented right. This is where I stamp the block of the logo for the game that my son made. I print that on the back. I'm going to sign it and number them on the back. The signing and numbering I'll do with this. The print is with the ink on the back. All right, so now I have to draw the moons and the stars. So like here, is that visible? I have no idea how good this microphone is. I might just be mumbling like, if I am, sorry. Now I'm adding the wavy design around the star. There's the moon and the star. Now I have to do it on this side. Moon. Zoop. I did it again. And star. Like that. All right. Now we do the zigzag. I could do, anybody ever watches this, they probably won't. But if they do and they want to, I'll do one of the studio as well. Like during the day when it's not kind of spooky out there. Kind of chicken of the dark for various reasons. All right, so there's the zigzag. And then I write the words in typeface of the language. And then boom, boom, zigzag here. The birds are being all cute and quiet over there. Sometimes they're loud. They're only like this big, but they're so loud. And sometimes they make such cute little sounds. All right, so now I have the two ends done. I need to add with a thin line here and thin outlines here, and the lettering. So this is good, but it's a little dull. It's good for these thick lines. I was using a micron, like I draw the book with, but this poor little thing is shot from draw. It's a thick, it's a 5, which is kind of thick. I'll do it over my forehead. But that little thing on the wood doesn't survive very long. All right, so I will use, what's this? I'll try that. That looks nice. I don't know if this works. Yeah, it works. It might be too thick. Well, that's similar to the micron, but it might still have some ability. Let's test it out. All right, now I'm gonna go around the moon. One size up. Oh, the birds want me to quiet down. Well, that's good. That's good. All right, so you can see the little outline. So this is working. I'll use this until it runs out of juice. Then I'm gonna go around the star. I don't like the way that feels. Looks good, but the pen doesn't like going over this ridgy wood. There. Let's do the other side. Going around the star. I feel like a weirdo, but I like the sound of the dishwasher at night. I think it's a relaxing sound. All right, so there's that. Oh, I gotta do this one. Okay. All right, so now we got the little lines around, and I have to do a little line in the middle. I like how the knot is right on the center. I wonder who's getting this one. I don't know. I'm not going to number them. They're going to be done in order, but I'll number them once I start getting them ready to box up. I ordered the boxes yesterday or the day before. They're going to be here tomorrow, but I'm going to be at work. So Hopefully someone's here. Or they put them on the porch. I don't know. But it's exciting. We're getting boxes. All right, now we have to do the middle. This is really slow pace. I usually draw these. I go into like a zone and start going really fast. But I thought I'd kind of explain what I'm doing a little bit. That did not like going around that circle. I'm going to try this one for this. This is the big circle. I bet this is good for that. Yes, that's good for that. Ooh, yeah. Right, we're going to put this one right here. And then the center circle has a thinner line. A little bit thinner, not that much. But it works. All right, now I have to get a Sharpie. They're all slightly different from being used. Ooh, I think that's a good one. So I'm gonna do the lettering. And for some of them, I'd measure it out, but I've done so many now that I can just kind of just do it. But I probably won't talk while I do it. I'm writing moons and stars in the ancient language of, well, I'm writing in English, but I'm using the old letters in Outfield. I start in the center. So I do the O on the top first. And the O looks like R-O pretty much. But I make it look more like an I. Like an eyeball. Not a letter I. But the M's are weird. They look like a C. And the N's look like a backwards C. And the S kind of looks like two dots, like a colon. The A is like, I don't know what you'd call it. It's like a piece of pizza with an eyeball. Might need my glasses. I've always been nearsighted, but in the past few years, I've been needing glasses for close up. But my distance vision is a tiny bit, it's gotten a little better actually. Well, it feels like it's gotten better. Does that happen? It feels like it did. So I did the letters on this part. And now I just have to do them right here. And then I think this one's done. It goes on the pile. So I'm going to be quiet again a minute while I do this. I hear my daughter moving around. I hope I didn't wake her up. I don't think so. I'm not being loud. She might be weirded out by me talking. Oops. I think this is done. I haven't erased. I have to erase the pencil lines, and there's no chiseled marks. But yeah, I think that's it. Right. Is that on the screen? Yeah. So there's one done. And I've been just doing this for a couple hours. I did these tonight, but I didn't get started till like 9 o'clock. Oh, I accidentally brought one in that was done. It's stained, sanded, chiseled. It's even got the print on the back. So I'll sign it. I can sign it right now, actually. But I won't number it until I know. There we go. Signed it. There we go. Now these are from ones the other day I just went through and I would just do the grid. So most of these, here's 4 that already have grids on them. I just have to add all the designs. And these I did the grid, but then I did the color, but I didn't do the outside yet. So I don't know why I did it like that. But there's a bunch. Oh, wow. Yeah, most of this pile are almost done. Like that. And then these. And then we got some blank ones again. So that's blank. So about 6 blank ones at the bottom. It's almost midnight. I want to work on the blank ones tonight. I want to do the hard part first. Well, there's no questions coming up or anything. I'm probably here by myself. I didn't announce this. I just thought of it 5 seconds before I did it. So I just jumped on. So I don't think anyone's here. Which is fine. At least I'll have a video of me talking to myself, showing how I make a sign. So there we go. All right. So this one, you can see how they have a rise in them. So that'll have to be the bottom. That'll be the top. And I was reading that has to do with where in the log that the boards are cut from, which is pretty neat. It gives the board a little bit of a hill, which in most cases, this is an unwanted effect. And you'd put it and get it planed down. But in my case, I like it because it makes a nice, interesting shape for a board. So I'm leaving it. All right. Wow. Still, this late at night, there's people still working really hard for our first day tomorrow and sending out emails. So I'm getting emails from work still at almost midnight. Okay. Maybe I'll stay on for like 10 more minutes and get ready for bed because I still have to shut everything down. Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, where's my pencil? There we go. This one, yep, this is a totally different length. So it's 69 picas, and the grid is 40. So 69 minus 40 would be 29, right? Half of that would be 14 and a half. So I need 14 and a half picas on each side. Okay, so that would mean we have 14 and a half, make a line. Then 40 plus 14 and a half would be 54 and a half. Make a line. That's how I start every board. I measure it out and put two little lines. Then I do it to the other side. Sometimes it might be slightly off, so you have to measure every time. Otherwise, your grid gets distorted. And that's unacceptable. 14 and a half, 54 and a half. Now let's double check. Make sure that that is, yep, 14 and a half. And that should be 40. Beautiful. It's almost like I've done this a million times. Okay, maybe not a million. Okay. Okay. 26, so it's 66 and a half. So it'd be 26 and a half. So it'd be 13 and a quarter. There's no divisions for 13 and a quarter on this ruler, but you can eyeball it. Then 53 and a quarter. Let's measure this side. And a boy Harold. Let's see, 66 and a half. It'd be 26 and a half. It'd be 13 and a quarter. So it's a slight difference. $53 and a quarter. And a quarter. Bobby. There's a lady at the beach once who was yelling, Bobby, pick up the quarter. I'll be quiet now. Okay, so we got two lines going down this way, so I turn it, and we'll do it the other way. All right, this is also 69 picas, so that's 14 and a half on each side. 54 and a half. Good. I already done that part. All right, I don't want to draw it too lightly because I have to erase those lines. You just have to be light enough so I can see them. Excuse me. Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm getting tired. See, if I wasn't doing this, I'd be getting nervous about school tomorrow and how it's going to go. So this is good. This is making me tired. That's too sharp. E. That's too sharp. It's kind of a messy setup. Oh, that's kind of nice and dull. Let's try it out. Yes. Okay. Let's do 5 more minutes. Wish I had done more, but the day just went by too quick. So I got my corners. I will save that here. And we'll do the grid. I got to mark off 5 pica grid. Mm-hmm. 15, 20. Well, maybe we'll do this sometime when there's people on, because I think I'm by myself. So now that I've tried it out, I will let people know ahead of time, now that I've thought of it. That way I could answer questions and stuff, because this is probably, well, it might be boring enough for people to go to sleep too. This might be a good lullaby video where, what'd you do? Well, I watched a video of someone making a grid. 25, 30, 35. When I count the grids, you could pretend I'm counting sheep and you could fall asleep. Okay. So I made my little marks. And I have to erase all those afterwards. And if I draw them too hard and they don't erase, I just sand them down. Yeah, that's a good one. Maybe I'll draw this grid and we'll be done for tonight. I'm keeping the birds awake here. They're going meep, meep, meep. I tried doing a Facebook Live video the other day, and I announced that one a little bit. I had no idea what I was doing. I bought this camera. It was on a cord. It weighed as much as this. So the cord would just make it fling all over. And then I found out partway through the video from my friend who had tuned in that the camera was like junk, and everything looked like white. And we were outside, but we were in the shade. So and there's no way on this little Chromebook to adjust the white balance. So he said that it looked like we were on the sun. And we're from a place in it's called Central New York, that area. Not New York City, New York State. And we're not known for sun. It's been sunny, but it's not what we're known for. Okay. So we got one way. I gotta vacuum all this up. I gotta go to bed soon. The dog is gonna be freaked out. Oh, I got one line left for the grid. Oh, that's a good one. There's a lot of ink in that marker still. Here we go. So I like to have a bigger stack, but I'd have to work too long. I already have to get up soon. But anyway, that was fun. All right, I'm going to shut this off. Maybe we'll try this again tomorrow. Maybe in the studio during the day. Who knows? All right. Bye.